everybody, welcome to my channel. I wanted to make this video today because I've been getting a lot of questions about how I've lost 50 pounds over the past 2 or 3 years and have kept it off. So I thought I could just make one big video to kind of address all my little tips, or at least my most important ones, and things that I've done to kind of achieve this. But before I start, I do want to give my little disclaimer of I'm not a doctor, I'm not certified to give any kind of like weight loss tips or anything. I'm not a nutritionist. This is just stuff that I did that worked for me, and I want to share it with you guys because I have been getting a lot of questions and I'm hoping to be helpful in some kind of way. So let's just get right into it. So the first tip that I have is actually my most important one, and that is to change your mindset. When you want to lose weight, especially a significant amount of weight such as 50 pounds, that requires a lot of commitment and dedication on your end. And we have all been there, including myself, numerous times where I'm like, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. And then like I'll go to the gym for like a week and then I stop and fall off, and then like I go back after like a couple of months for another week and fall off. So you really have to kind of get yourself in that mindset of, okay, I'm really ready to do this. I'm willing to put in the work for this. I'm willing to be dedicated and committed to this process, and I'm going to make this change for myself. And once you're there, everything will flow smoothly after that, because your mindset will be there and you'll know that you're doing this for yourself and you're doing this to get the results that you want, and you're really just putting yourself out there in like a different way that you probably haven't done before, and really challenging yourself to do new things, do different things, try different things, and things that you might not be 100% comfortable with, but you'll find yourself being comfortable with later. And so just make sure that when you are starting to do this, you are fully ready. And so the second tip that I have, and I think that this is something that will make a significant change for you, regardless of where you are in your weight, and this is no sodas, no juices. I know that could be hard, but literally, I personally believe, I don't know like what the truth to this is, but I personally believe you can at least lose like 10 pounds right off the bat from just cutting out soda and juice. I don't buy them in my house at all. So when I eat dinner, I just drink water, drink ice cold water, and that's really it. In the morning when I wake up, I make some coffee, I have that, and then like later on in the day I might have a little tea, but most of the time throughout the day I'm drinking water or sparkling water, which is what I have right here. And that's really it. And so this also kind of goes into with alcohol. Try not to have alcohol in your house, regardless of what it is. Just try to not have it in your house. If you need to drink it, have it when you go out. Like try to keep it as like a weekend thing so that you're not like drinking a lot throughout the week. And then when you do go out to drink, try to have something a little lighter. Like instead of having excuse me, a few like cocktails, like sugary drinks, try to cut down on those and get maybe like my favorite drink is like a tequila, club soda, and a lime. That wasn't coming out straight, but yes, tequila, club soda, and a lime. I love that drink. It's my absolute favorite. And then I always feel like I can kind of keep getting a few of those drinks because it's not too much sugar, it's not having me bloated, and it's just like straight. So try your best to just drink water at home. Don't have any juices, don't have any sodas at home, because it is going to be tempting for you to drink them. So substitute with sparkling water. So my third tip is one that I know you guys are not gonna like, but I have to say it because I do think that this is honestly something that helped me tremendously. I think this made the biggest change for me in my weight loss journey, and this has to be counting calories. And I use the app MyFitnessPal, and this is kind of like where going back to point one of making that commitment and being dedicated, because when I was counting my calories, I was maybe a little crazy with it, but I did see results. And the way that I did it was I literally counted every single thing that I ate. And I got me this little food scale, which you can get one like it. I got this one from Amazon, and it probably cost me like $10 or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can find them anywhere. I used this food scale and I was weighing everything that I would eat, and anything that required like to be measured in like a measuring spoon or measuring cup, such as like oil, I would do that as well. And I would put those calories in. So when you're doing this, you have to count all of the calories. You can't just like miss certain things. So if you're making, I don't know, if you're making like eggs, like scrambled eggs, you're gonna count the calories of the eggs, and then you're gonna count the calories of however much butter you're putting into those eggs. And I know that's like too much, or it sounds like too much, but seriously, it's like a complete game changer. And the best thing about this is you do not have to do this forever. I don't count my calories anymore. I used to in the very beginning of my weight loss journey, and I did it for a couple of months, and then I stopped doing it. And I stopped doing it because after a couple of months, like you kind of get like a better sense of it. If you've been doing it for a while, you start to like your meals are pretty similar after a while, and you kind of just get a sense of, oh, this much rice is enough, or oh, this much rice is a cup. And although you can still track your calories, if it's something that you really didn't like to do in the beginning, you might want to just stop doing it later, and that's completely fine, because you will be in a better mindset with it, where you'll really understand like, okay, this is like a really big portion versus, okay, this is a decent portion, or this is like too small, I could eat a little more and it'll be fine. So after a while, you'll kind of get used to it, because you do start to kind of repeat foods out, you know, like just normal, like you're eventually going to eat the same thing at some point, so you'll know how much like calories are around, how many calories it is. And one of my like best practices when it came to this was I would start with the serving size of everything. So for example, I like Ritz crackers, and I believe it was on there, it was like 5 crackers were like 80 calories. So I would eat 5 and put down that I ate 5 and put that in the MyFitnessPal, and 80 calories it was. And I would continue to do that, and I prevented myself from going to sit on the couch or in the bed with any kind of like a tub of ice cream, or a bowl, like an entire like bag of chips, or a box of whatever. Like try to not take any snacks like that with you to your bed, your couch, anywhere where you're going to be sitting down and like watching TV and having no sense of time, and just completely entertained with something else, and all you're doing is just eating and eating and eating, because that is, I think, like something that really leads to that weight gain, when you just kind of don't have a sense of how much you're actually eating. So start off with the portion size. If it's like a cup of cereal, I guess, or a cup of yogurt, you know, use that and put that in your plate and eat that, or in your bowl. Eat that, see how you're feeling, and then if you want more, get more. Definitely do not starve yourself. When you're hungry, you need to eat. Drink water with every meal. You should be good. So let's go to number 4. So tip number 4 is walking 10,000 steps a day and trying to burn 500 calories a day. So I actually forgot to mention this in my 3rd tip, but I went to a website. I can put it down in the description below, and it was like, it kind of calculates how much calories you should be eating per day to lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. So I'll put that down in the description because that's what I use. I put my height and my weight in it. I don't want to say how many calories I specifically ate because like everyone's going to be different. But that's what I used to follow, so maybe it'll be helpful to you guys. So I'll put that link down there. And so going back to tip number 4, sorry, I'm like flip-flopping, but tip number 4, walk 10,000 steps and try to burn 500 calories a day. So in the very beginning, when I started my journey, it was 2020, and it was right when COVID happened, and I like just didn't want to sit at home all the time. So I would just try to go put my mask on and go walk in the park or just walk in the street, like find somewhere secluded and just take a walk there. Because I just didn't want to be home all the time. And then afterwards, it started to be a little easier, you know, take the steps whenever you can instead of taking an elevator or an escalator, and try to like do small things, like take the long way to the store. If you're, you know, going to the grocery store, instead of walking there just like in one straight line, you know, take a little walk around, take the long way there. That might help a little bit, getting like your little steps in. And then eventually work it up to jogging. I love to run, and I know that that's not always possible for everybody else. So starting off with walking should be enough, and try to burn at least 500 calories. And when I say try to burn 500 calories a day, do not go and eat those calories, right? So if you're supposed to, let's say you're on a 2,000 calorie diet, right? Per day, you're not going to eat 2,500 because you lost 500 calories that day, walking, running, whatever it was. You're going to stick to that 2,000. So whatever it is, that number of calories that you end up sticking to and deciding this is how much I'm eating for the day, you're not going to eat 500 more because you burned off those calories or whatever it is. You're just going to eat what you said you were going to eat, and that's that. And that's part of the, you know, like commitment and dedication part that I was talking about in the very beginning, because it is hard. Like, don't get me wrong. This was not an easy thing to do. I was able to lose the weight within, I want to say, about 10 or 11 months. I lost the 50 pounds. I started my weight loss journey at 185 in March, I guess, 2020. And by February or January, I was in that 135 range and was able to kind of maintain it around there. So the last tip I have is making regular appointments with your doctor and being patient. And make those regular appointments with your doctor, because they're really going to put you on a good plan of how to lose that weight, and make sure that everything is good otherwise too, because you never know, like you might be doing all these things and still not lose the weight, and you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage with time wise, because like you want to make sure that you're kind of catching things as they come, because if there is something else, you want to know about it, right? You want to know if there's something else that's really causing you to not lose that weight. And you want to be able to fix it, of course, and your doctor will definitely help you do that. So I suggest really just making sure that you're always going to your doctor, making sure that you're talking to them and really being honest with them about what it is that you're doing at home to try to lose the weight, so that they can really help you out. And then being patient, of course, comes hand in hand with that, because like I said, I didn't lose this weight overnight at all. I actually afterwards ended up gaining a little bit of weight, and then I went back to my handy dandy 5 tips and was able to lose the weight again. I didn't gain 50 pounds again. I gained a little bit of weight, and I just ended up losing it again following these 5 steps. So things happen, and we're always at a period in our life where, you know, you're doing different things, and things are just changing for you. So it's okay that, you know, you gain some weight at some time and you lose some weight at another time, and it's definitely fine to fluctuate with your weight. But you know, having PCOS is makes it already difficult for you to lose the weight, right? And so you want to make it as easy as possible on yourself. You want to give yourself as much grace as possible, be patient with the process, and really love the process, because once you start seeing those pounds drop, you will be so happy, and like you'll just want to keep going. And to me, that's what happens. I love seeing progress, and every time I see progress, that's kind of what just keeps me like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this and that and this and that, and you know, how can I do this? And so it really became a lifestyle for me that I really fell in love with, and I was very proud of myself for doing it. And so I really hope that this video helped you guys. I am probably gonna do another video about like all my PCOS symptoms that I had and how I would like change them and what I did to fix them. So I literally had almost all the PCOS symptoms, like literally. And probably like the workouts I did to lose weight. So let me know if you guys are interested in those videos, and if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, guys.